Two, one, and we're live.
Hello, sister
Oh,
friend.
you're gonna start off with silence.
Hello.
Silence. Yeah, that's a good way to start out.
I said hello, sister friends, and I did a dance.
I don't know.
I think our
Um,
internet connection's
have
not
you ever
idealio
like?
because you keep freezing. See, that's what happens. There's a delay.
Oh, don't even get me started on the Wi-Fi situation. I'm not even gonna try to get it over to the other one at this moment. If you were to go out and buy, not sure what it means, but the light is out in the freezer. Tanner, it has been. Are you having an asthma attack
No.
live?
No, but my asthma is pretty bad these days. I'm being very asthmatic.
Oh,
Look at my shirt. It's from Kane's Times Square.
wow. You got merch at Gaines Times Square.
Okay, but look at the
Have
back.
you? It's very cute.
It's a
Have you been to the Canes on Times Square multiple times or just the one time?
no many times, probably like
Oh,
7 or 8 times.
okay. And is there only a Times Square or have they already expanded out into the burbs?
There's three. There's one downtown and there's one in Harlem. And then there's Times Square.
Okay,
Times Square is just the closest one to me.
nice. If you were to go out and buy AirPods, how would you go about doing that?
I don't know. I've never bought AirPods in my life. Here's how I've gotten the AirPods before. My first pair, birthday gift. Second pair, I got them free because I bought a new computer. Third gift, Eddie gave them to me. So I've never bought AirPods. I don't know how you do that.
Well, I hadn't bought AirPods before, and I think I did bad. So I lost my AirPod case. So I didn't have AirPods. Tanner was buying these things that are like, sorry, that are, I swear to.
I already have to put the cow sound over you.
Sorry, it just comes out so easily. Um, he was getting these very expensive ones, and I was like, "Can I have your AirPods?" And he's like, "That's disgusting and unsanitary." And I was like, "Well, what are you gonna do with them?" He's like, "I don't know." And I was like, "I'm buying them from you." We bartered for a while over how much I'd have to pay, but I think I got a pretty good deal out of it. And they lasted me a very long time.
One, I
But
can't
then,
believe you think that's unsanitary. You guys are literally getting married. Second of all, I can't believe you made you pay for them.
oh yeah, no, nothing's free in
That's
this
some
life I
Zoe
live.
coded stuff. Zoe doesn't give me anything for free. I have to
Oh
pay
no,
for it.
no, I was trying to get these things for free. It's Tanner who made me pay.
No, I know, but I'm just saying probably because Tanner gets nothing from free from you.
Oh,
Here's the story about Zoe's Apple Watch. Zoe got an Apple Watch, I don't know, 100 years ago, like right when Apple Watches came out. And she wore it for like, I don't know, a year. That's how many most people wear Apple Watches and then they stop wearing them. And then it just sat there for like 3 years. And then I was like, Zoe, I'm Apple Watch curious. Can I wear your Apple Watch? And Zoe's like, no, but you can buy it from me. And I was like, no, that's first generation. They're on like generation 11. Like, I'm not going to buy the first one. And so then I bought like my Apple Watch without telling Zoe on that exact same day. Zoe was like, it's fine. You can just have it. And I was like, well, I don't even want it now because I just bought my own stupid Apple Watch.
yeah, I can't remember what I even ended up with doing with mine. The issues there was like some part it was broken. So I wore it while I was picking up rocks and I shattered the screen a little bit. And so then I was like immediately like, oh, I just like I'm not gonna wear this because I've ruined this thing already. But like it still worked. It just had like a broken cut on the front of it. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. So I lost my AirPods. I bought Soundhaven somethings from Walmart. They were like a headphone situation because I lost them and I didn't do anything about it for like 2 weeks. And then I was flying to Iowa and I was like, oh, I have to have some AirPods with plane. But then I was like, I couldn't. I I should have just driven to Best Buy or something, but I hate Best Buy. And I was like, I just was putting it off for too long. So then I was like at my local Walmart and I was like, I have to get something. And they had these headphones there. And I used them twice. And then I tried to do the noise canceling on them because I was mowing with them. And they wouldn't noise cancel. They went into transparency mode, which means that there's absolutely no sound guard and so then it was complete like it was actually worse than I just turned them off and wore them and they worked better. Um, so I went to Walmart, I returned them, and I bought AirPods. And I looked on Apple, and they were like a little bit more expensive than Amazon. So like I bought them on Amazon. I assumed that they would show up, I don't know, within 5 to 10 minutes. And I bought them 2 days ago, and they said like we will tell you when we get a delivery date. I was like, that's interesting. And I checked today, and it was like still no delivery date. And so like I think they're somehow out of stock on Amazon or something. Like I just assumed AirPods were like buying apples. Like I just thought there was probably millions in stock,
Yeah, I don't
and
know anything about AirPods or
I
buying
assumed
them.
that it'd be something that like they'd have at every Amazon warehouse, and they would just like toss one into the next truck. But apparently, it's not something that you just like get next day.
See, that is the beauty about living in New York because I live like a 10-minute walk from an Apple store. So I could just like.
Yeah, pop on in. But yeah, so now that's why I have to wear Tanner's these things, and I don't like them. But I also have no other options besides the gamer headset.
Well, we have much to discuss, but I have. We need to write things down because we have too much to talk about. Um, let's start by addressing why there was no episode last week. And that was because we recorded an episode and it was so bad that I had to just delete it.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed every single day last week.
And I
Kenzie woke up hungover,
sick.
throwing up. And we decided, we decided, you know what, we're going to push through and record. And we shouldn't have because it was trash. Kenzie also didn't, not to throw you under the bus, but you didn't have your, like, mic or anything. And so the sound quality was questionable.
And the storage on my computer kept filling up. So I tried to watch it together, but it was bad. It was not cohesive. Zoe was in a bad mood. I was in a bad mood. We were our exciting, normal, happy selves. And, we
like for a base level not good podcast, it was like unacceptable to put out there.
I was like, I have no pride, obviously, which is why I upload weekly to the internet. And I actually found some pride within that made me reach out to Zoe and say, we can't put this on the internet.
We just don't want to waste the time of our listeners with trash.
It was so bad. First of all, I looked disgusted. And that's
why I made you talk about AirPods for the
I needed to shower. So that's why I'm freshly showered. Also because I went to a public pool today.
Yeah, okay, I'm so like you said that, like so we were talking earlier and Kenzie's like, oh, I was at the pool, and I was like, we're obviously gonna have to address this later because where's there a pool?
So I live on 81st Street and there's the John Jay pool on 79th Street. And here's a picture of the pool. So like,
oh wow,
it's a nice pool.
Is it on top of a building?
No, it's not. It's it's free, which is amazing, but they do have a lot of rules and like random rules, like you really can't bring anything onto the pool deck besides your shoes and your towel. So you have to like walk from the changing room to the pool like in just like your swimsuit, like no cover up, which was giving,
it just feels like random.
It was like giving Aritzia changing room energy where I was like, I hate all of this, don't perceive me. Also, if you want to wear a t-shirt on the pool deck, it has to be a white t-shirt. You like can't wear like graphic tees because they're trying to keep like street clothes off of the pool deck. You can't bring any electronics, so no phones or like
I kind of love that
candles.
though.
But I mean, what's nice about it, because like if you actually get in the water, like you don't worry about anything getting stolen. Like, what, you're gonna take my Target towel?
Or like phones. Like you're just like rambling out a pool. Like you don't want to be in the background of some random TikTokers.
Yeah.
You know, girl like taking a video. So I like it for that reason.
Yeah. Well, and I like it too because like you don't have to worry about like, oh, it getting wet or oh, it getting stolen, or like you need to make sure someone's staying with your stuff the whole time because like you have no stuff out there. Like, what are you? Once again, what are you gonna take, my flip flops or my towel? Like, Go crazy. And so it's really big, which is nice. And we went like right at 5. And because it's a random Tuesday and not super hot out, it was like not busy at all. But also the water was a little cold. It just opened last week.
Wow,
But for
that's
it being
awesome.
free and 2 blocks from my apartment,
Yeah, that's awesome.
like, amazing. And obviously it's so funny. So like if you go in the beginning of the day, it's all like toddlers and families. And then like when we went at 5, it was Eleanor and I, and then like all of the high school kids. Like it must just be like for the high school learners to hang out in the summer. Because it's open till 7, which is like kind of late for a public pool, I guess. I don't know. But it was funny. It was just like a bunch of high schoolers and then some strange adults. Which, like, if you're an adult man by yourself at a public pool, like, I don't trust you.
I know. It's like, it's not your fault, but innately it's just odd.
I'm like, I get it. We all like to swim, but like, why are you by yourself?
Yeah. See, like whenever it's summer, like I miss childhood. Like we didn't go to the pool all the time, but that's something like as an adult, like I just don't do.
Mm-hmm.
I know I could, but it would feel weird.
Well, we got in the pool, and then I was like, what do we do? Like, and so we literally just like swam around the whole thing.
Oh, I'd want to play mermaids.
Well, and so you also can't bring like pool toys in, obviously, because we were talking about like the diving rings, like all the things we used to play with as kids in pools.
Yeah.
So anyways, I went to the pool today.
Huh. Yeah, did you just like, yeah, you just be bopped around? Do you see how long you could hold your breath for or anything?
They actually have signs that say no holding breath contest.
Oh my gosh! What is this?
But then I was looking at all the lifeguards,
Does it
and
also
they're
say no playing mermaid and also no making your hair look like George Washington?
no. I just think that they don't want you to like pass out in the water.
No, it's smart. It's and because like the lifeguards are like watching people, and if there's someone like underneath the water not coming up to the surface, they'd be a little concerned.
No playing mermaids, no making your hair like George Washington. No, and it's only 4 feet deep all around, so it's not like no one's like risking their lives.
Yeah,
and the diving board was closed. I was kind of sad about
there
that.
There was like a few times when we'd be swimming where like someone would be concerned about me because what I like to do is just go under the water and like just like let go of everything because like it feels like you're like relieving, you're like submerged under the water. You can like take a second to like relax a little bit.
One time,
in retrospect, it looks a little bit.
One
like
time when we were kids, Zoe was taking a bath and she was doing that, and Mom yelled her name and she didn't like answer immediately. So Mom went into the bathroom and she thought Zoe had drowned herself, which is a horrible thing to laugh at. So I was like, no, sweet release.
I still do it sometimes if I'm in the bath. Like just being fully submerged. Sometimes you have to be fully submerged. Honestly, like let's get rid of the ice baths. Just go fully submerge yourself in some water.
Well, I kind of felt like I was cool plunging today at the pool. But yeah, there's just like no pools in well, there obviously is a pool in New York, but like I don't like none of my friends' apartments have pools. You know what I mean? Like no one's house has a pool. So I was just like itching for a swim.
Yeah.
So that's why I went.
Yeah. So when you lived in DC, you had an apartment that had a pool up top. Did you ever go to that pool?
No, I had too much social anxiety. I don't think I ever went.
Okay, because one places Tanner was looking at apartments had like a pool, and he's like, and you could go to the pool. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to the pool, but it also sounds lovely. But like,
Eddie's apartment has a rooftop pool.
But yeah, if I'm going with him and I'm like gone for a couple of days and I have nothing to do, like yeah, maybe at noon I would go to a pool. I feel like with like a lot of people working from home these days, I wonder if like the pool would be bussin' at noon.
I don't know. Eddie's pool's really small, which is like it gets the job done. Like, no one's playing mermaids, you know? Like the only people like you're really only getting in and then like sunbathing. But like this pool was big. Like you could do laps in it. I think it's an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Oh wow, yeah.
Um, so anyways, that was what I did today.
Cool. I
um,
hauled corn, and my truck that I have does not have air conditioning in it, so it was hot, hot, hot. Oh, but that was actually after I showered. So I had Colin work this morning, and we picked up some like this random pile of metal that we have by this one building and stuck it in a different spot to make a new random pile of metal. And then we picked up these boards that were super old, and they had ants on them that bit us a lot. So we were getting bit a whole bunch, and so then I sent him home early so that he could shower and that I could shower and restart my day.
we gotta get Colin on the
Um,
podcast.
and I do fear that I may once again have something. I'm having an allergic reaction to something on my arms, but like the whole time that we were doing stuff, I was like making sure nothing looked like poison ivy, and it nothing looked like poison ivy. So maybe I'm just having a little bit of a rash thinking about how I could have possibly gotten poison ivy. I don't know.
I think you should take anti-anxiety meds.
No, that's
Remember
not. No,
2 seconds ago when you were like, I lay under the water, and then you're like, I have anxiety, I have a rash because I think I have a rash.
nah.
Guess what I did? I have the most forgetful brain in the world. So I went to DC last weekend, left my AirPods
Wait,
at work, so I had a silent train ride there. I had to sit with my
you rolled
thoughts.
off the plane.
I had to sit with my thoughts for 3.5 hours. Okay? I get to DC, have a fine time, come back, forget my wallet in DC. Unfortunate, but fine because I'm going back tomorrow. So,
Yeah, so mom said that your train got delayed by hours or
oh
something.
yeah, it was delayed for 2 hours. And
Yes.
so, and so then yesterday I went to work, forgot my laptop on my way to work, got all the way to work, had to come back home, get my laptop, and then go back to work. Like,
Oh my
I think I
goodness.
left half my brain cells in June because, like, I don't
They're
know how
gone.
I don't know how I keep just like forgetting
Forgetting
so
everything.
much. All my things. Important
It's not
things too.
good.
AirPods, laptop, and computer.
Wallet. Those are kind of like the trifecta of important things to
I
have.
know. And so it's just been me, my Apple Pay, and a spare $20 just trying to get through life.
That's so scary. I'd have so much anxiety like not having my ID on me.
I know. Good thing they didn't ID me at the pool today.
Yeah, how'd you even get in? Huh.
I just showed up. But like,
Did you
yeah, we
did you
got
Apple did wait, oh it's free though. So you
yeah.
need to worry about Apple paying her your $20.
And I went and I got marked the other day with Eleanor and two of our friends. Good thing they didn't ID me because otherwise I would have managed to go home. And then I had to put my $10 happy hour margarita on Eleanor's bill so I could Venmo her because I had no wallet.
Oh, what
So,
a mess.
anyways,
So in that situation, do you tell people before, hey, we're going out to dinner, I have no form of payment?
yeah, I asked Eleanor
Okay.
before we went. So yeah, I'm just out here barely getting by.
Still alive, but I'm barely breathing.
So I have a train back to DC tomorrow, and I'm gonna try really hard to remember my AirPods.
Yeah. Jeez. So on your last trip, you went to a fancy Italiano place.
Oh yeah,
Give me a summary of that.
it was
Slash, what did Eddie post of the food that was there?
it was 6 courses. This is my favorite part: is showing you the pictures. It was an undisclosed amount that I'll tell you later. We started with some focaccia bread, delish.
Yummy.
Then we had our antipastas. So they all looked like this. I'm just giving you the highlights.
Wait, for every single person, is that 6 plates we're seeing in front of
Yeah,
us?
but they're like 3 bites. This was the salad in the form of a bouquet.
Okay, I'm sorry. If I saw that, I would roll my eyes.
This was our swordfish in the form of 2 bites.
Okay.
2 pastas that honestly were really good but don't look that appetizing, so I'm not going to show you. This was Eddie's pork chop featuring 1 asparagus in a crazy 8 pattern.
So, how hungry were you guys when you left this place?
This was my Wagyu.
Okay.
And then this was our dessert. So,
Good.
um, wasn't hungry at all because we also got the wine pairing, so I had 6 full glasses of wine.
That will do it for you. I had 4 beers on Saturday, and I thought I was going to explode.
Oh yeah, you went golfing.
And here's the thing, I hate to admit it because I've been a golf hater for a long time. Turns out I'm pretty good at golf.
Yes, okay, I just need to say I really appreciated dinner. Thank you, Eddie, for taking me. It was a lovely, great time.
Oh no,
Second
that
of
looks
all,
phenomenal. I'm just being a hater.
yeah, not to just like breeze over that lovely dinner I had. Second of all, your golf swing looks great. Like, when did you learn how to golf?
I don't know. Apparently, it just came to me. Um,
You were like, oh, I'm going to golf
no,
today. And then you go out there and you have like a good swing? Like, what?
we used my ball a couple of times, and also there was one point where like I had like I took the ball and I ran. I set up real quick and I hit the ball and I made the shot. And there was 2 people watching, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh!" But like for that, there was like 100 times where I completely missed the ball I was swinging at. Like there was at one point. So this was like a golf scramble for our local farm bureau scholarships. And so it was like local farmy people who had an interest in golf who went to this. And like my friend Kaylee and I, like were very much there for the Farm Bureau, but we had Gage and Tanner there because they love golfing. And normally, like once or twice a summer, we'll go out with them and we'll drive the carts. And not normally, if we do like 9 holes, we're like over it by like the 3rd hole. This was 18 holes, and I think Kaylee and I had fun on the first like 3, and then once we got to 9, it was like, wow, this is a lot of golf. And then like the second half of the 18 holes, we were like, oh, we are over this. But yeah, there was one point where there was 2 teams that like their holes happened to be where we were hitting, and I swung at the ball like 6 times and missed the ball every single time, and it was truly humiliating. But like I had a few good swings, and I was like, oh wow, like if I could see how if I was better at it, I would enjoy it more.
I've never golfed once in my life, but I like this journey for you. Do my
Yeah,
eyebrows look farther apart than they usually do?
No.
Okay.
Do you want them to?
No.
Hmm. I'm still not used to my new tooth, so I got my tooth a new part put on.
Her tooth chipped.
My tooth chipped, and I got bonding put on my front tooth, and I went to a new dentist, not a scam dentist, and it just feels like not my tooth. I don't think there's anything they can do. They didn't do anything wrong. That I can't stop feeling it. And when will this feeling go away?
I just remembered when we recorded this last time and had this exact same conversation 3 days ago. You kept saying, I cannot stop licking it. It's just so funny
I can't. I do it all day, every day. Like my tongue's tired from the amount of times I've licked this front tooth. Because it doesn't, like the rest of my teeth feel smooth from me normal wear and tear from 29 years of me eating. And you just can't replicate that with bonding.
You can't. It'll feel normal eventually.
I hope so.
It already is normal.
Yeah.
This is your new normal.
This is the new normal. And if this is the new normal, I don't like it.
Dude, after I had 6 glasses of wine, had an emotional...
And you threw up.
Can
Tell
we
us
stop?
about the throwing
Can we
up.
stop talking about that? That was literally half of the reason I wanted to not put that episode on the internet. But anyways, I got all emotional and I was like, I just want to move home. I just want to move home and I want to live across the street from my parents and I want to hang out with my sister every day. So, I think I'm miserable.
If you moved home, it would solve 99% of my problems.
I know.
I'm not sure how, but since you're closer, I would just call you and be like, come here and solve these problems.
I know. I do fear that I would move home and then I'd be like, oh, I made a terrible mistake.
Oh, no, if you moved home. Because when you come and you visit for 4 days, you're miserable by day
That
1.5.
does not happen. Last time I cried when I was leaving. I was sitting on the
I don't.
table crying, and Mom was like, "Stop crying. You're an adult. Go get on your plane and go home."
Wow.
And
She's
I
like,
was
I
like,
don't want to
I don't
hear.
want to leave. I want to live here. And she was like, "No, you don't. You literally don't want to do that.
Is
Go
that the time
home."
that you were saying that you wanted to move to Cleveland?
I mean, I still would like to move to
Is
Cleveland.
that
Yeah.
when you said you wanted to? You know what's crazy is one of my friends, I think Nicole, she was talking about how like if they ever moved, one place that like Jamie wanted to move to was Cleveland, and she's like, and I do not want to move to Cleveland. And I was like, oh, Cleveland's great. And then like a couple other people were like, Cleveland's great. It was Emily Dodson, and it was just so funny because we were like so thrilled about Cleveland, and for
Zoe,
some
I was
reason
there.
she
That was your bachelorette trip. I also said Cleveland was great.
yeah, yeah. It's just so weird how like people can have completely different perspectives on some city. I don't know. It's a Cleveland day.
Dude, Cleveland rocks, literally. Um, did you know Mom and Dad are going to the Guardians game on 4th of July?
I do know. You know why I know?
Why do you know?
I know because Mom called me and it was like, "Hey, what are you doing on the 4th of July?" To which I thought Tanner and I would be getting invited to something because we don't have plans. And so this is how she kicked off the call. She said, "Hey, do you have any plans for the 4th of July?" I turned to Tanner. I said, "Do we have any plans?" He's like, "No." And she's like, "Cool. Your dad and I, we're going to go to a Guardians game.
Why
Dot,
didn't
dot, dot. Will you let my pets out?"
Why didn't you say, "Hey, I'd like to join you"?
Because then who would let all of our pets out?
I
No,
don't
it's
know.
fine.
Kimber?
Yeah, no. It's totally fine. I actually don't have the time to commit to going to a Guardians game.
The time to commit.
But I was mostly just offended because I thought I was going to get plans, and then I received plans, just not I wasn't invited anywhere. Why does it feel like I'm such a loser when like a holiday comes up and no one's asked me to do anything for it? But also I haven't asked anyone to make plans either. I'm not a plan maker. I'm a plan acceptor.
You're like really working through some stuff on your own.
This is a monologue.
I don't feel like I can answer or be a part of this conversation.
Sorry.
But speaking of 4th of July, let's talk about things I want to do. I want to make the Ina Garden no-bake cheesecake flag cake. You know, with the berries. You know, with the berries.
When you said with the berries, I then knew what you were talking
You
about.
know, the flag cake with the berries. I want a hot dog. I want some watermelon. Sue me. I want a Dorito. I want to be outside and having a Midwestern 4th of July.
Does Eddie know this is the plan?
No, we're going to his friend's parents' house, which is going to kind of give me a little bit of that, but um
Are you gonna be wearing a tank top from Old Navy?
no, I couldn't get an Old Navy t-shirt in time, but I am wearing my flag sweater.
Oh, perfect. What's your flag sweater? Dun dun dun. She's walking away.
I have to unpack.
We're hearing unzipping. Oh, you'd already packed.
Oh, say, can
Is that the-
I see? I don't know the words to the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see?
Oh,
By the dawn's early
say,
light.
can you see?
Okay. Now that our eardrums are bleeding. Is that the one that everyone has? Is that the one I'm always seeing on the TikTok shop?
USA. No. No, it's not. I would like this to be known. I got this years ago
That's weird. I've never seen it.
from Brandy Melville. Well, I couldn't wear it.
Oh, no!
I know.
Because it's from Brady Melville.
I know. I'm not
Why
trying.
would you do that?
The thing is, so
And
the
for anyone, wait, time out. For anyone who does not know who Brandy Melville is, it is a clothing store that is supposedly, quote unquote, one size.
okay. Let me
And
talk
the one
about
size
this
is
sweater.
a small.
So this is a knockoff of the famous Ralph Lauren flag sweater. That flag sweater ranges between $200 to $400. Okay, that's like out of my budget. So Brandy Melville, Brandy
It's out of
Hellville,
America's budget.
you know, a bad place where this comes from, who knows what, with 100% using child labor. Created a knockoff. I was like, I love it. Give it to me. So I bought it, and it was like, I don't know, $30. And then all of a sudden, TikTok Shop is having like almost identical sweaters for like, I don't know, $2 because I don't trust anything about TikTok Shop. And now everyone's going to think I'm wearing a TikTok Shop sweater this 4th of July. When I'm, in fact, wearing the knockoff of the Ralph Lauren sweater.
Did you know there's some people's TikTok accounts that are quite literally just them buying products and like posting videos about like, you should buy this in the TikTok Shop. The person who has the most sales on the TikTok Shop is an account that has 6,000 followers, but they make like tens of thousands of dollars a month because they just post these videos saying buy this on the TikTok Shop. So they just like ordered a whole bunch of crap. And I hate the TikTok Shop. I hate it. I think
it's
much.
ruined TikTok. Because now half of my
100%.
TikToks are like, buy this on the TikTok Shop. And I was like, I don't want to buy on this TikTok Shop. If I wanted I buy it on Amazon so I could get it in 2 days.
Yeah, unless if it's AirPods. But no, the one thing I do like about it, the only redeeming quality is in the bottom of the videos is like TikTok Shop. So immediately when I see the video, I know I can just scroll on past whatever they're saying.
It's like, it's giving, I've never shopped at Temu, but it's giving Temu, and like that glitchy 2006 early application pop-ups. All the images aren't real images of the products. They're like stolen images. It's giving that, and I don't like it.
No, I bought one thing off the TikTok Shop, and I deeply regret it. It was a camera thingy. It's a gimbal. So like when you put your phone into it, it like stabilizes it. But like it can't hold the weight of my phone, and so it doesn't work at all. But it was like $16, and I wish I had those $16 and my dignity back.
I can't believe you sold your dignity for $16. So, anyways, that's what I'll be wearing. USA, USA. Anyways, I couldn't wear it the last few years because I wasn't feeling very patriotic. But now that the Olympics have come back around, I'm loving America again.
Let's talk about the Olympics. I saw
USA!
I saw this video that was like, oh, our country, it's in this downward spiral, and then it was like a compilation of Simone Biles and people screaming USA, USA, USA. Like, she just gives me chills. And she was doing videos, like, Get Ready With Me, as she was, like, going to her Olympic trials. And, like, she was like, I just don't know how to do these. I feel so awkward in front of the camera, blah, blah, blah. And all I want to say to Simone Biles is, you're an Olympian athlete. You don't have to be a TikToker. Don't do this if you don't want to do it. No one's making you. You don't have to be a TikToker. You're already an Olympian. You're the best gymnast on the planet. No one expects you or needs you to be a TikToker.
I'm just so excited for all of the female, like...
I haven't heard about a single male athlete.
No, me either. Katie Ledecky, I would die for you. I would take a bullet for you.
I don't even know anything about her. And all I know
if she performs, like she's... like looking like she'll perform, she will have the most Olympic medals out of anybody ever.
And this is what I don't understand.
Period.
Is this because she was in the last Olympics?
No, she's been in like the last few Olympics, but she's just like breaking all the records. She finished in the Olympic trials 20 seconds before the next person, which is like she was just sitting there, literally hanging out for 20 seconds, which is a very long time in swimming.
Just imagine the audacity to like be done, catch your breath, and then watch the next person come in.
No, exactly. She caught her breath.
Like, and you're the next person. You're dying. You hit the thing. You pop up. She's crisscross applesauce with a cocktail in her hand. Like, and you join me.
And they always with the power of TV editing, they have like the world records like in the pool, you know, so like you can see how close they are. She's always like her feet are like passing the world records, and then I'll bring up like who has it, and it'll be like she has the first 20 spots.
It's her. So she's just beating her.
And then like the 21st person is like someone else. And it's like, yeah, she just keeps breaking her own records every single time she swims.
That's awesome. And then there's also a track star who likes dairy or something.
Yeah, she's a runner. She's a track star. The whole track and field team. I don't know their names, but they're electric.
Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie.
And I'm so excited for... Let's talk about our favorite sports to watch. And why is it synchronized diving?
What? Sorry. I also like synchronized diving a lot. I just didn't think that's what you were going to say right off the bat.
Synchronized diving.
More than gymnastics?
It's probably on par with gymnastics. They're tied.
Okay.
Okay. Speed walking.
Amazing.
It's insane. Have you watched the speed walkers?
Oh yeah, they look.
The way their hips just.
I mean, they look like they want to be running so bad.
They look like. They look like they would kill to run.
It's almost as if like you're watching them go, and you're like, I wonder how they could get faster. I wondered if they only just.
You know, every single one of them was like, if I could just run, I'd win this race.
I can only imagine the urge to run because, like, I've been speed walking before, and like when it's like you're in public, so you don't want to be the person that takes off in a dead sprint in public, and you're just like, man, if I could just be running right now, but you know you can't. I feel like if you're trying to win the Olympics, you have to have this urge. Like they're probably so good at speed walking because they have this self-control not to run.
Every time I see them, I'm like, they're hauling ass. Like they are moving so quickly for not running.
But like your animal instinct is like, I'm in the Olympics. Millions of people are watching right now. I need to pick up the pace. The urge to not run, that would take all the strength in the world. You're going through the finish line. It's neck and neck. You can't have. Isn't it like you have to have like contact with like?
Yeah, like your one foot has to be at the ground every step. I mean, obviously every step. I mean, at all times. No levitating.
No levitation here. Oh, that's wild. Okay, so diving and gymnastics.
Specifically, I like synchronized diving the best.
Yes, yeah, over diving. Because diving is essentially falling with style / you couldn't make it in gymnastics.
Okay, I don't think I would have said that. Anyways, it goes diving, synchronized diving, gymnastics, then regular diving. Mm-hmm. Then speed walking. Then
would you rather watch a sprint or a swim? Like just a sprinting in the pool or a sprinting on land?
If it's Katie Ledecky, once again, I would lay my life out for her. So I will be watching her over a sprint. But if it's, I mean, I don't know. They're like the same to me. It's just like two people going as quickly as they can on sea on water.
But in the pool,
one if by sea,
like
two if by land.
Have better visuals.
USA. It's crazy how I became the most patriotic American. Actually, this is when it started. It started when I was flying back from Paris. And there's nothing that makes you feel more patriotic than going through the United States Customs. There is bald eagles everywhere. There's quotes from men you don't even know about. And, like, every time I turn, I can, like, hear a bald eagle screeching in my ear.
I have come back to the United States on 3 occasions, and I can't remember any of the process.
Oh, well, that's all I could talk about was how proud we were to be Americans.
Huh. Yeah, no recollection here. Going back to my anxiety, all I'm, like, nervous for is, like, having my passport in the right place, you know?
Okay.
Can't relate? Okay. Cool. Cool. Just a me thing, I see.
Okay, anyways, what other sports are there? I never really watch artistic gymnastics.
No. I like it, like they have sand volleyball and stuff,
Oh,
right?
yes, they
So
do.
I like that.
I'm going to pull up a list of the
Um,
Summer Olympic sports.
yeah, and were there some new ones this year? I know there's golf.
Oh, yeah. So golf, don't watch. Volleyball, don't watch unless it's sand volleyball. Then I do watch. Judo, never heard of it. Soccer, don't watch. Rowing, don't watch. Water polo,
I'd watch some rowing.
water polo, hard to
Mm,
see.
yeah, it is hard to play, probably.
Equestrian, no, but I would watch Snoop Dogg watching Equestrian because that was the funniest clip that ever hit the internet 4 years ago.
I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Um, tennis,
I'd watch tennis.
badminton,
No,
oh, basketball.
it just feels wrong though. Like, because everyone has their teams, and it feels like I don't know. For some reason, the team events like that, and like I don't know. There's just a couple that I'm like, I'm just not into it. Or like, I guess the other one would just be women's basketball. Um,
Shooting, archery, table tennis. Yeah, okay, I think we hit all the major players.
yeah.
Um,
Is there a marathon? Is there a marathon?
um,
I do feel
yeah,
as though
probably.
I've watched some marathon running.
So the Olympics start Friday, July 26th.
How do we watch? What's it on?
Um, Peacock?
Because
I don't know.
I know this is the thing because I was thinking about it like there are things that should just come across all streaming platforms as a U.S. citizen. Number one, the debates, no matter
Okay,
where they're hosted or
so
what they're
you can
about.
watch using Peacock, which I have Peacock. So if you don't have Peacock, I'll give you my login. NBC
I
and
think we
NBC
have.
Olympics.
I think Tanner had to get like he bought something that had like a year free of Peacock or something. But these are the things that should be as a U.S. citizen you should just get. And
I'm a
like when the
citizen of the
thing's going
world.
on, you should just be able to like log on to any device and go to
You can do that for you can do
www.theolympics.
that for the debates.
Okay, but this is what I want. I want it to be an easy service. And so it's like
Just go to CNN.com.
www.thedebates.com. And then I want one for the Olympics. So you go to www.olympics.com. And then I want another one that is www.americanidol.com where where we can all just go back to a simpler time where we all just had to dial in and vote for who we
I think
wanted.
that was the last time I had this level of patriotism, honestly. Was when
I
they,
remember someone threw their TV out the window when uh, the one guy lost to
David Archuleta.
no, it was Kelly Clarkson. Whoever lost to Kelly
uh,
Clarkson. So that was like way back in the beginning,
what a way lame opinion to have since Kelly Clarkson is our Lord and Savior.
obviously. Um,
Sorry, I have a
but
hangman.
like just a group event, like. But yeah, it's like the like I just feel like the Olympics should be on, and it also like it should be on anywhere and everywhere. Like you're driving somewhere, it's on the radio. It's a live broadcast of whatever's going on. You're in Kroger grocery shopping. They have TVs everywhere.
Do you have an Olympics that was like formative to you?
So when I was a wee lad in elementary school, there was Olympics on, and that's when I got into gymnastics class because I watched gymnastics. I knew I wanted to do it. I wasn't going to tell anyone that, but Emily Dodson, Emily Dodson wanted to do gymnastics, and so her parents called my parents. Were like, "Hey, Emily's doing gymnastics. Does Zoe want to do it with her?" And I was like, "Thank the Lord, someone's gonna do gymnastics with me." So that, yeah,
See,
that's probably
I
the most
still
memorable.
actively think about the 2008 Olympics in Beijing.
Yeah, Beijing's definitely memorable to me, and I don't know why.
It
Like
was
I feel
Sean
like I was just
Johnson and
branded.
Nastia Lukin, and I was
Mm-hmm.
10, which means you were 14. We had impressionable brains at that time.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I saw an interview where someone was asking Simone Biles. They're like, "Do you feel old since you're like the oldest person to ever compete in
You
gymnastics
know,
since
she's
like the
27.
1940s?" And she was just like, "It's crazy that I'm considered old."
Yeah, she's
And she's like
27.
the best. Like it's not like she's just like oh, I have to like
Yeah.
come back out to help my team. Like, no, like she's still in like tip top performance. Just so cool.
Yeah. USA, USA, USA.
USA. Okay, so 4th of July, Olympics. I got a new tooth. You went to DC. You lost everything. I golf now. Corn market's trash, horrible, but we've got our bin figured out, so I'm almost done with that hellacious little situation. Um, I may or may not have poison ivy. Have we missed anything? Rumi went back home.
Is it time for Dear Sister Friends?
What's dear sister
Just
friends?
kidding. I'm just kidding. A
It's just
new
me.
segment where I call my doctor.
No, I'm going to my doctor on Friday. I have another checkup, and so it will be a convenient time if this rash does turn into anything more.
I have to go back to the doctor because I keep wheezing.
Yeah, so you're still on. You're taking the
Yeah, I think that's like the rest of my life kind of thing. Asthma's something
right.
you can't. Asthma's like, yeah, you can't get cured from it.
Yeah.
But I'm
Um.
not like rapidly improving.
Hmm.
Like
Interesting.
the inhalers work as like a bandage, but I still within, a couple hours will start wheezing again.
Do you? This is my question. Do you ever have an urge to like have a garden, eat more healthy foods, like go
I
back
did
to the
eat
way
half a
the
watermelon
breads?
today.
Ooh, that
Oh,
sounds
and
delicious.
I'm having mom dehydrate and send me her 6-year-old sourdough so I can start making sourdough.
You've answered all my questions I had. Moving forward, just like I think it's just like around me, the gardens are in full swing, and I feel like I've been seeing like intense, large gardens around here, and I'm like, oh man, that'd be so cool to have like good fresh food available to me that I grew myself. But also, I have like these herb plants, and they're simply not thriving. And my tomato plants, I'm only like torturing them enough to keep them slightly alive.
No, I don't have an urge to have a garden. I'm loving watching mom grow peppers. That's so exciting for me. But no, I don't have that urge. But I do want a hobby, which is why I'm going to start making sourdough. And then when I get good at it, I'm going to bring loaves to all my friends.
That sounds delicious. Will you have a loaf in time for me?
No, you're bringing me mom's dehydrated sourdough.
Oh,
Or
I'm
sorry,
bringing.
the dehydrated sourdough starter.
So she just basically she's taking her discard and leaving it out to rot for a while.
I don't really know what she's doing. And I looked, and you can send it through FedEx. But
Oh,
she
you
said
can.
that you can take it for me.
Yeah. No. Have you listened to the toast today?
Yeah, I know. So sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize that we were gonna have exactly the exact same situation. Me traveling with starter.
I know. But see, I'm excited because mom's starter is 6 years old. And like, if I
Yeah.
started, it'd be like 5 days old. And so I'm going to have like a really nice.
Now, is the dehydrating it, will that ruin some of the good
I have no idea.
natured properties?
I don't know. But I'm just excited. It's 3 ingredients. And I'm going to bring loaves of breads to my friends.
Yeah, it's just Tanner and I had bread the other week that we got at Aldi, and we were just putting butter on it, and the way that bread changed my life, like it was just so good.
Was it sourdough or was it a different kind of bread?
This is the thing. I thought it was sourdough because it tasted like sourdough, and then Tanner claims it was just Italian bread. But I can't see how that could be right because to me it tasted like a sourdough. But what do I know?
Interesting. Yeah, no, I'm excited because I love avocado toast. I love sandwiches. I love just bread and butter. I love taking things to people. I have
No,
all this time on my hands now.
do you ever receive food made by others and it kind of grosses you out because you're like, I don't know where this was made? Or do only people that you've like been in their homes bring you food?
I don't think I've had anyone bring me food that they've made. When I've been sick, I've had people like Uber Eats foods to me, which obviously I trust. And Eleanor has brought me a can of soup before, but I don't think anyone's made me food and brought it to me.
Okay. That's.
But
I
also,
haven't had
I
that
don't have any
situation.
friends that would do that, and then I'd be like, I don't trust your kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
no,
I trust
haven't.
all my friends' kitchens.
Yeah. There's just been like some teachers that have been like, "Oh, is this the food you can try?" You know what I mean? Like, just disgusting. You know, if like some kid brings in some random thing, or like, have like you've ever had like, it's like some kid's birthday and they bring in cookies and you eat the cookies and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I feel so sad for you. This is what you think cookies taste like. This is what your mom's homemade cookies taste like. My mom's homemade cookies are delicioso, and these are bad."
It is not fair, because our mom does make the most delicioso homemade cookies. No, but I have... Mom just texted me, sorry. I, like, spoke her into existence. I have seen some people post their dinners, like, online, and I'd be like, oh, your kid thinks homemade food is gross. Because of you.
Your kid thinks homemade food is gross.
Like, homemade food isn't gross, but that's because your homemade food is cut up hot dogs and Easy Mac.
Oh, that sounds so good though. Tanner's been making some really good foods lately. They've all been pasta dishes. But so good.
I have been uninspired to cook in the last 3 weeks.
I feel like when it's hot out, it's just you don't want to be in a kitchen.
No. I've been eating my body weight in watermelon.
I know I really need to get some watermelon because I've been putting tahini on it, and just so good. Or I was thinking about that, and I have some basil, like a little basil, a little mint or something.
Oh, do a little feta watermelon onion salad. Delicious.
Onion?
Yeah, like a salad.
With an onion?
Yeah, and feta.
I know feta. I'm agreeing with feta and mint and watermelon.
Yeah, like
But
a little red onion.
Huh. I don't know about that.
Like arugula.
Arugula isn't an onion. You're saying like on top of
I'm
that.
saying on a salad, on a bed of arugula, put watermelon, feta, a little balsamic vinegar. It's a big word for Elmo.
And he says it to me like, balsamic vinegar.
I recently had to show Eddie how funny Elmo is in real life because he's like not on the Elmo algorithm. I was gonna say something else. Oh, so I had also been putting off getting a watermelon because I have to carry my groceries home and a watermelon's really heavy.
That would be so treacherous.
But yesterday I had one margarita, and when I have one margarita, I can do literally anything. So I was the proud owner of a quarter of a watermelon, and I ate the whole thing today. It was so
Dude,
good.
Whenever I get a watermelon, I eat the whole thing. And then it's so interesting because like you're so full because you have so much liquid inside of you and sugar, but then
you're hungry because there's no protein.
You've only had sugar water, and it's just and then you just keep going back to the fridge for more watermelon because it's.
And I've been putting that flaky sea salt Mom got us for Christmas on it. It's so
That's been a
good.
game changer. I can't believe I hadn't had flaky sea salt in my life before Christmas.
Just a little, it's so good.
So, game changer. So much salt and everything now.
Okay.
Do we wrap it there? Do we wrap it on salt?
And on that, we give you the second to worst episode we've ever recorded.
And if you thought that was bad, guys, just imagine it worse.
Oh, it's been real. This is probably not going up until late on Sunday, so.
So this is going to be a post 4th of July. I hope everyone has had the best 4th of July they could.
I'm so over the summer. Like, once 4th of July is over, I'm ready for October.
You're insane. Goodbye.
Goodbye.